Welcome back, Beardos, and today I'm actually taking an image, or I'm imaging the Cave Nebula. Now, this is a nebula that I've wanted to get to for a while. It's very faint, and I'm collecting around 40, a little less than 40 hours, about 12 and a half hours per filter. I'm doing it narrowband, and yeah, with that, let's get into it, and I'll kind of show you what I'm using.
All right, I'm actually capturing the Cave Nebula SH2 155. This is a H2 region in Cepheus. It's a really cool image. I first saw this a few years ago. I'm sure everybody who watches this is probably subscribed to Chuck's Astrophotography channel. I first saw it with him, and I believe this was one of his first apods, this nebula. And I've wanted to capture it for a while, but have never had the opportunity to. So I decided to capture it tonight, or at least start capturing it tonight. I'm planning on taking 90 HA, 90 O3, and 90 S2 subframes, each at 5 minutes long. So that should give me a good amount of subs for stacking. So this is going to be like a multi-night project for sure. I think I might be able to get through about half of the hydrogen alpha for tonight. And we'll see how it goes. It's very wet outside. There's a lot of dew. And right now on my setup, I have the Pegasus Pocket Power Box Advanced. It has a controller for the dew heaters, and which is pretty neat. This is actually one of my newer tools that you can see here. And what it will do is it will actually set the dew heaters based on the humidity outside, or the dew outside. And you can see here, it'll give you the relative humidity, and you can see it's actually quite high, and then it'll turn on the dew heaters for my main telescope as well as my guide scope. And everything else is kind of powered off of it as well. Those of you who follow me on Instagram, you probably saw an Instagram story that I had posted. I had to go back to my old laptop. I had bought a new laptop to use. It was like a Dell Inspiron to use for capturing images. My old laptop just wasn't cutting it anymore. My old laptop is great. I've had it since 2010, so 11 years going strong. And I'm not sure what happened the other night, but the Dell stopped working. So I'm back to my old laptop. And so I'm capturing everything on there. I had to reset everything up this time, and it took a few hours to get everything up and running. But it's running now. So yeah, hopefully we'll be able to get some good data. One of the things earlier I was having trouble with was guiding. And if I look at my guiding now, it's doing really good. I'm getting 0.65 arc seconds for my total RMS error, which is quite good for this mount. Yeah, as you can see, it's doing really well. I am using the multi-star guiding. I think I've talked about it in the past. My guiding in the past wasn't as good as this, but it was also holding about a little over 40 pounds on a really old CGEM DX2 mount. This is the CGEM 2, the Celestron CGEM 2, which is kind of like a mid-sized mount. It has a weight capacity of around 40 pounds. I'm running it with a very small William Optics GT81, so not too much weight on top. It's actually perfect. I had been thinking about switching to the EQ6R, but I've been getting pretty good guiding on the CGEM 2. And I talked to some folks out there, and they're not really getting much better than what I'm getting here. So on the EQ6R. So I figured why waste the money? I'll actually take that and spend it on replacing the CGEM DX, which really is in need of an upgrade at this point. It's been 6 years since I bought that mount. But yeah, as you can see here, guiding has been great. It wasn't great all night. I was struggling with it for a few hours. So and part of the problem was I had forgotten to recalibrate when I first started up. So anyway, it's doing pretty good now, and we'll leave it at that. The only other thing here is the back focus now. Yeah, I was having a lot of trouble the other night. My camera, my ASI 2600 which I'm going to do a review for here soon. I want to be fair for it. It's not I'm sorry, I'm MC Pro. Had a oil leak, and so I had to throw on my 1600 which it's my favorite camera. It's a mono camera, and definitely favoring monochrome over color these days. You can see here the stars are really round. No football shaped stars, which is nice. I think I am having a little bit of a tilt issue. You can see here in the corners, stars are pretty round, but when I get to this side of the image, you can see the in the corners here are getting little football shaped stars. I'll probably have to crop that out, but that's something that I've had to kind of deal with for a long time. I've never been able to fully resolve it. It's some sort of tilt issue with either the telescope or the draw tube or something. Yeah, so I'm really excited to see how this comes out. That's all I got for right now. So appreciate you guys, and I'll see you guys next time.
So this image ended up taking me over 40 hours. There was a full moon when I first started, and there was a new moon, and I was hoping to actually capture oxygen during the new moon, because oxygen, of all the filters, is the most susceptible to moonlight and light pollution and things like that. But unfortunately, the clouds rolled in right when the new moon came in, which kind of it blew my plans. I had a bunch of things I was gonna image. I was gonna image some some broadband targets. I didn't end up getting to do that, but I did finish it, and I had over 40 hours. Now, I should tell you, there was actually a huge problem during the shooting of this particular image. I had taken 12 hours of sulfur, and this is not the first time this has happened to me. This is actually the second time this happened to me. It happened a couple of years ago. But it ended up being that I was putting in the hydrogen alpha filter instead of the sulfur filter, and I was getting a whole lot of signal where there isn't signal. So I had to retake sulfur, and I had to wait till after the new moon to do it. But I did. I retook sulfur, and it actually came out great. So the sulfur signal was pretty good, and so was the oxygen. One thing that I'm finding with the telescope is I'm getting a lot of halos, especially in oxygen. I don't know if it's the particular filters that I'm using. I'm using these Optolong. I think the oxygen is like 6.5 nanometer filter. But yeah, for whatever reason, the halos around the oxygen are coming in pretty bad. So I have to figure out what that is, and my guess is I'll be learning a lot more about narrowband filters very soon. So maybe I'll make a video about that. If you like more of these kind of videos, definitely hit the like and subscribe button. If there's anything you want to do a particular video on, again, put a comment down below and I'll be happy to get to it. With that, we'll see you guys next time. Thanks. Bye.